Alright, what's going on guys? It's the next big thing, back again with another DuckTales analysis video. Now in today's video, we're gonna be covering the episode The Outlaw Scrooge McDuck. The entire episode revolves around Scrooge telling a story about his journey at an old country town digging for gold. And this was mainly in order to somewhat inspire Louie to better his Louie Inc. idea after pretty much giving it all up. And I'm guessing that included the Harpies discovery made in the episode Storkules Comes in Town. The episode even ended with Louie saying that they still hadn't perfected controlling them, so I wonder what's gonna happen with that now. He does mention, however, that he had an idea of a portable bed that you can use while driving, I think.
But I thought you were off to patent your, what was it, car bed?
Oh, the nap and go? Yeah, I had to scrap it.
Did someone else claim the idea first?
No.
Ah, so you found a design flaw you couldn't work around?
Nope.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. One last detail from the beginning is that one of the main stars in Ottoman Empire quit due to having an argument with his twin brother about his popularity stats. I understand that it's not all too significant to the plot, but it was odd to see that happen since we're used to them working together since season 1. Plus, what do we know? It may be a subtle hint letting us know that perhaps one of the Duck triplets will betray one another. More on that later. So now continuing on with the story Scrooge was telling, it starts off with him pickaxing his way underground located in the town of Gumption in search for a giant gold nugget. He eventually gets himself stuck underneath some rubble after recklessly using dynamite to blast his way through. That is until a sheriff by the name of Crackshell-Cabrera comes along and aids Scrooge. And if you haven't noticed, he's definitely the ancestor of Fenton Crackshell-Cabrera. He even is shown later on in the episode saying blathering blatherskite right before using a gizmo duck-like suit later on. Goldie is another person within the story, only this is the actual Goldie, since both her and Scrooge had some sort of curse that allowed them to remain youthful. Now, I personally believe that this must have taken place before the lagoon incident mentioned in season 1, mainly because it seemed as if the very last moment they saw each other before their most recent adventure, Scrooge hadn't contacted her since. And he was awfully upset with her abandoning him within the lagoon, explaining his distrust and grudge with her. So, obviously, they both try their best in competing with one another to see who gets the gold nugget first, including the fact that Goldie buys out all of the dynamite left in the town in order to keep up and slow Scrooge down. But joke's on the both of them, cause eventually the new owner of the town named John D. Rockerduck grabs the giant nugget and attempts to steal it for his own self-help. Goldie and Scrooge still try their best in taking it from the owner, and Goldie even goes as far as to encourage Rockerduck to fight with Scrooge. She of course uses this as a distraction in order to grab the crane for herself and make her way out with the gold. But she's then stopped by Rockerduck's henchman Jeeves before being able to escape and manages to get both her and Scrooge locked up. They surprisingly meet up with Gyro, who accidentally is stuck in the past, and informs them that Rockerduck was indeed infamously known to steal the goods from multiple towns and flee the moment he had the chance, to which the sheriff slowly realizes he fudged up. So they teamwork their way to the train the owner escaped on, and with the gold nugget using one of Gyro's inventions. They eventually make it onto the train and plan out how Scrooge will be able to take the key that allows him to unlock the door leading to the gold. So Goldie distracts Rockerduck, and they are nearly successful until Scrooge is blocked by Jeeves. But he is soon able to get a hold of Jeeves by rationalizing with him and explaining that he's just a simple man trying to earn money just like everyone else, and even is graceful enough to give him a piece of gold to express his gratitude. So due to cartoon logic, it all works out for the greater good. And so he allows Scrooge and Goldie to escape. They are even close to finally retrieving it all through the help of Marcia, who inadvertently recreates an almost exact replica of the Gizmo Duck suit once Gyro is mistakenly knocked out after a gadget incident. The suit, however, eventually malfunctions after overheating and has to be left abandoned down by the waterfall, exploding into bits and pieces. Which turned out to be a great thing in the end, since it was thankfully the same waterfall that ran to the townsfolk. And even though neither Scrooge or Goldie was able to have it all for themselves, they still helped the town from getting robbed and instead made it prosper. In the end, there's a moment where we see Gyro using a time machine in the form of a bathtub and see him later return to the present. And that's not all. This is a clear reference from the original DuckTales episode Sir Gyro de Gearloose with his time tub. And it was even on his list of bad inventions in the episode The great dime chase back in season 1 of this current DuckTales. Now, back on with the story. Goldie teases Scrooge by telling him that she missed him and that was her reason for coming out. She then proceeds by luring him into a kiss but hits him with a pan in order to slow him down from getting most of the tiny bits of gold. Though she was being a real pain in the neck, they're obviously lovers, and after the incident with Goldie betraying Scrooge within the lagoon, she seemed to have felt bad for doing so. The entire story from Scrooge then ends there, and so he asked Louie if he wanted to be like him, the resourceful self-made man, Rocker Duck the con artist, or Goldie, the shifting operator. The very end implies Louie on the phone with Goldie asking her methods. Wow. But you know what? I kinda didn't blame Louie, however. She was the one who would usually be a step ahead. The one who went ahead and started mining with the rest of the remaining dynamite left in town before Scrooge could get a hold of it. You know, the one who tricked both Flintheart and Scrooge into fighting so that the Golden Lagoon would be hers. The one who would consistently trick Scrooge despite how many times he reminded himself just how dangerous of a person she was. Plus, when you think about it, Louie is the bright quipper of the group who possesses somewhat of an advanced thinking technique planning ahead, much like Goldie as shown in the season 2 premiere. Could Louie be the next villain of the Duck family, choosing greed over generosity? Nah, but I'm sure that some future event will be because of Louie and Goldie working together, however. This has been yet another DuckTales analysis, and yes, I have heard about the Della and Lena episodes. I cannot wait. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!